Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 2v2 for you all here on Rails and Metal. It's a classic Company of Heroes map, as I understand, both in Company of Heroes 1 and Company of Heroes 2, but now we're going to be watching on Spearhead on the Western Front. Let's go through the players. Represent the Allies. We have Untercommander as the British Commonwealth, without a commander choice yet. And we have Lend a New Hand, also as the British Commonwealth, without a commander. When you're watching this, it's probably Christmas Day or the day of Christmas Eve, so happy holidays to anyone watching. There's on the Axis. We have Maverick for Sturm, going for the Waffen-SS Sturm tactics, which honestly is no surprise. I think I've only ever seen Maverick play as Sturm. And then we also have Lucky Lieutenant Dan as Panzer tactics for the Waffen-SS. The British versus Waffen-SS. It's going to be a very high quality match then of high quality units mostly. Unless the British pick commanders which specifically give them cheaper units. We are seeing the cheaper Hitler Youth being called out for the Panzer Division instead of the Sturm Grenadiers, so I guess they want to go for some more quantity at least to get some ground. We also have some Sturm Grenadiers coming out here for Maverick. It looks like Maverick is not spamming Sturm Pioneers, we're going for Sturm Grenadiers. Sturm Grenadiers are then definitely a pretty good choice. They're very good infantry, able to all Waffen-SS commanders. We just have to dig in back here. Looks like the sappers will just be trying to keep the Germans at bay for a bit. They might have to get out there soon unless they want to die. Germans are securing territory though. We have the Hitler Youth arriving here on the field. Don't seem like we have any commander choice yet for the British. Germans are pushing up here, being very aggressive. But the rifle sections are generally very accurate, so they'll do a lot of damage if taking hits. Generally, British troops are very good, but they are also a little bit more costly than other factions. I believe costing 20 more manpower as a base compared to other factions simply because they're better. Because apparently British troops are just better. Don't ask me how that works. Oh, so far looking really good here. Have a good long firefights going on across most of the flank. Double Sturm Grenadiers are on the field now. Will provide the Germans with a lot of potential firepower. Oh, we have a commander choice here for Lend a New Hand. I believe that's armored. And it's armored anvil. Okay, so we're going to see some armored infantry. So far, it looks like the rifle section is doing a good job, but those Sturm Pioneers in a good position. Also, the Vickers coming up here in the field. Having a commander choice yet from the Untercommander. Doesn't look like it. This rifle section is holding up the front line. You have a Kugelwagen here for the Germans with an MG42. Unique to you if you're playing as Propaganda and Panzer, I believe. They get the 42 version, while the other German commanders for the Waffen-SS get the MG34. As far as I remember, anyhow. Can't Grenadiers are pushing up here. They're going to throw a grenade, I think. Yep, here they go. Good grenade throw because the German grenades can be thrown pretty far. The British probably have to pull back. Long range firefight here. I think I might be in the Sturm Grenadiers' favor. The Sturm Grenadiers are more costly than rifle sections, so they might just be better infantry still. We also have an MG34. Excuse me, MG34 here. Waffen-SS is trying their best here to push up though. Being exceptionally aggressive. Also another Vickers coming up for the British. Basic machine gun of the Commonwealth. Used in the First World War, I believe. It's a water-cooled machine gun. Much like the American 30 cal and the Maxim.
Battle drills for hammer
I believe both machine guns were actually used in the First World War. Ooh, that might be a bad position. Yeah, MG34 opening fire here with armor-piercing bullets. Piercing incendiary. You have a commander choice here. It looks like it's Commando? Oh, it's Airborne. Royal Parachute Regiment has arrived. Okay. And we're getting a jeep from the Royal Airborne coming in. Nick is sitting up here to cover the hill. Hitler Youth been armed with Gewehr 43s to improve their combat capabilities. An MG34 for them as well. More Hitler Youth being called in. And MG34 is just slowly trying to shoot shoot in the direction of the British, not really doing much. British still hold the fuel. That's the most important part there. The battlefield is somewhat evenly split. There's something fire there. Cool. Might aim for a flank here, which could backfire. Yeah, because these guys have a boys AT rifle. Yeah, one good shot there, killing the gunner. And there we go, it's been decrewed. I want to be very cautious against the British, especially armored.
The ability is ready for use.
Because as I can see here, it's armored that gets access to AT rifles for their rifle sections, which is a pretty good upgrade early on as a boon against the German light vehicles, as you would kind of expect. MP40 is equipped here in the Sturm Pioneers, even there's some automatic firepower. Lots of British troops forming up. We also have a captain. Probably pulling some artillery on the German positions. We have the Germans setting up a forward HQ here, and we have Panzerjägers in the field, which can be upgraded now finally with the Panzerschreck for 60 more manpower. So that's actually a pretty cool little change. The man half-track on the field, other Hitler Youth arriving with MT-34s in an LMG form. Well, the heavy form is down here. And noting when I say heavy and LMG, it's simply because the HMD version is just mounted on a tripod with a bigger magazine. It's essentially the exact same weapon, by the way. Which is also why the German machine guns can be quite lethal in that aspect. They can be utilized in both roles. You have Royal Paratroopers on the fields, equipped with telescopic SMLE, Lee Enfield. But here comes the Hitler Youth, quickly pushing up here towards the stone fence. Opening fire. But the British are getting very close here. Blowing a Mills bomb, but a Great is coming out in return. Oof, yeah, Hitler for pulling back from that one. Although they could probably have won that engagement when the MG started opening fire. So we just have oh, we have some marksman scopes being handed out to the Storm Grenadiers. Meanwhile, the MG-34 just keeps on doing suppressive fire in the area. Not able to hit too much. The man half-track pushing up. There's not a lot here to stop it, because the rifle section with the AT rifles... Oh, they almost here though. Might give them enough time to... Yeah. I think the machine gun will get out of there though. They did force the machine gun back, which could be an opening for the Waffen-SS to have the troops ready. Post-stream guard in the fields, unique riflemen available to you if you're playing as Royal Armored. Can actually arrive equipped entirely with American equipment, so they're very good for assaulting. Very unique squad. Also has a unique model in Company Heroes 3 as far as I understand. They will be featured there. Scopes, shots are just being shot at each other. Well, mostly actually it's from the German side. Artillery has been called in though by the British captain. That's gonna be... Oh, it's up here. It does not have any warning smoke. Oh, nice. That's the power of the British captain, by the way, or British artillery in general. It leaves not a lot of warning. Most some guys pushing up through to this stone fence. We also have a mortar presence. The MT-34 is able to get flanking shots. Force the Coldstream out to the low. Not the best position for the British to be in. I think the Germans might have this handled to cover this hill. So far looking in the British favour now, they're pushing up. Thanks to the boys arriving. Well, the fight down here is kind of stalled. I think the Waffen-SS will not be able to hold for much longer thanks to the boys arriving with their elephant gun. Good coming out as well. Light tank available to most British commanders. We also have an armoured car coming up for the British. And that looks like the half-truck went down. But the officer is alive. First SS Panzer Grenadiers are being called in. Really exceptionally good infantry available to you if you're playing as SS Panzer. Looks like there was an attempt at a push down here by the Sturm tactics, but they faced a lot of British defenses. We also have a Hauptsturmführer arriving here for the Germans. Mid-ranking officer available to the Waffen-SS. Arrives with a Sturmpistole if you're playing as Sturm, as you can see. Essentially, it's a handheld grenade launcher. Now, the British could probably push up and actually decap the fuel. Well, here comes the armored car. Ooh! Nice shot with the Panzerschreck, denying the push immediately. And we also have a Panzerbüchse now on that Storm Grenadiers. They're gonna be good at dealing with light vehicles as well. Not sure how much the Panzerbüchse would actually been used at this point in the war, though. So, not really sure how offensive that is. So we're pushing up here for the British. A Lend-Lease vehicle. British used a lot of Lend-Lease equipment from the Americans. Using canister shots. That's going to be quite lethal if it gets close. Although I believe the canister shots have been nerfed somewhat. Like it's less accurate. Oh, nice shot from the Panzerschreck. This is a very good Panzerjäger squad. So we have an airdrop coming in with some equipment for the British. Like it's gonna be a mortar and an AT gun. Oh, it's a pack howitzer, my bad. But the British are banging a big push up here with a Greyhound coming up as well. The M8, I think? M8. M20 is the one without the turret. Always confused the two, but this is the Greyhound. Try to hit them with a canister. It can actually just strike close to these Hitler if they don't have any AT equipment. Well, they have one, but they have to get it all the way up on the tank to plant it. Now, the problem is there is Panzer Grenadiers here who have Panzerfausts. Oh, good high explosive. They're almost killing someone. Killing a squad. Yeah, that's not looking good for the Waffen-SS defenders. We also have a Valentine here for the British Airborne. Artillery landing. Oh, not looking good.
Unit lost. Dash it all.
Will the Panzerschreck hit? Oh! Valentine's been immobilized. Looks like the Greyhound will take out this structure. Yep. Ooh, and the upgraded armor actually saved the Greyhound right there. No, didn't save it enough. That's gonna make the Germans have a little bit of a longer time to get back to full speed. Boom Tactics are still having a little bit of a firefight down here, though. But the British did lose a lot of troops in that artillery barrage. But here comes a big blob of automatic and semi-automatic firepower. Led by an Untersturmführer. Advancing rapidly across the open fields. Nothing to really face them, but there's a Vickers here prepared. Oh, artillery shell stopped them. Oh. It's gonna force them all to run back, yeah. I don't think they lost a single squad, though. That's no warning artillery strikes. They could be pretty handy. But the Germans are trying to push up again. Gonna be a lot of effort. Artillery being prepared here by the Hauptsturmführer again. We also have a Stuk G coming out. Oh, not looking good for a Sturm. Oh, pack howitzer killed the Sturm Grenadier.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Looks like artillery strike will go in. Yep, that's gonna be some precision barrage coming in from the Germans. Pack howitzer cleared.
The gun is not crewed.
And now the Stuk G is moving up, but there is still an AT gun. He's trying to push up. That's how there's still a lot of rifles. And the Germans should probably have invested in a mortar, I think, if they want to deal with this kind of position. But they can almost take out that AT gun. Oh, penetration from the 6-pounder. No pen on the second, though. That Stuk's gonna have to be pulled back for repairs. More weapons being airdropped in for the British to utilize. One of the perks of playing airborne, I suppose. Just to airborne in the weapon, airdrop in the weapons you need. Not a rifleman present there. We also have a command team here from the British. Without their vehicle. Falling in some kind of a barrage here. 25-pounder, probably down here on the southern base, or southern flank. Just judging. Yeah, they're hitting this area. You hear the shells. Ah, didn't hit much though. Italy was trying to get some shots there, but they're still able to be shot by the Coldstream Guard and the boys. Oh, the mortar's actually working out a lot here on this flank. This mortar here, apparently. Very awkward though, having a lot of people here just for pistols. Eve is still operational, surprisingly. It's a very small target to hit. Oh, Stuk's being hit by the pack howitzer. We have a command tank now arriving for the Panther tactics. Ooh, and there's a 6-pounder. Yeah, that's a 6-pounder up there. Very rapid-firing AT gun used by the British. Not the highest caliber, but it doesn't need to be. Oh, those pack howitzers are just hurting the position down there. Pulling in more artillery. And the German infantry is trying to push. Ooh, lots of shells landing everywhere. But the artillery barrage is it's not even done yet. Must be just been a faction by the building. Oh, he has to cancel it though. But we have sappers coming up here with Sten guns to stop it. Oh, the barrage did go off, but did not hit much.
Standing by. Send orders.
Command Panzer Force ready again for the northern flank. Going again, swimming up to stop these sappers. Pack howitzers will just keep being a menace though. Yeah, very clumped up. Oh, looks like the Stuk is down. Hitler is preparing for another push. We have a little bit of a bunker here set up by the Germans. Panzer IV flanking around. If he can get around the 6-pounder, it's gonna be in trouble. Or it's calling artillery on the position. They might not have the time to do that. The quick pounder could turn around in time. They even see it. They know it's there. They know it's there. Polish cavalry arriving. In the reverse, because we have the Polish soldiers here. Looks like the artillery actually manages to go in. I don't know if those pulls are going to last long.
We're losing a capture point.
Oh yeah, right on the AT gun. Ooh, that sucks. Polish infantry have to pull back. Unique battle group ability if you're playing as Royal Armored. It's elements from the Polish army that's been equipped by the Americans and British, as I understand. essentially the Polish army in exile.
Sherman Firefly ready. Firefly loaded and ready.
German Mark 5 here, but the command tank could flank it here. Good flanking shot, jamming the turrets. Oh. But it's going to be able to turn its front, but it's not able to turn its turrets. Because the turret is jammed.
The squad's gone.
Have a look. Oh, a command tank got it.
Supply half track is ready for order.
That's exactly the opening they needed.
Ready to execute.
Anti-Tactics is still holding on down here, though. We're seeing Indoctrination being upgraded here to improve the combat effectiveness of all the SS infantry. Lots of mortars being equipped here by the Royal Paratroopers. We have another Valentine. And MG-34 is still operational. The British infantry is still holding stubbornly onto this point. That's the thing, you don't actually have to use the paratroopers if you're playing as a paratrooper regiment. You can just rely on it for the air support. Oof. Big shot there. Company is trying to push up here, but there's a lot of rifles still.
Our troops are ready to dig
And the
in.
British are very accurate with their
Position is being
rifles.
attacked.
Couple rifle grenade going out. Did a little bit of damage, but not enough. Hitler Youth are trying to secure the center here, but you just cannot capture there apparently. Versus has Panzer Grenadiers also present. Aren't entirely with Sturm geweers at the moment. Scoped and non-scoped. Ooh, big shot there from the Polish with that bazooka. Bazooka also on the close stream guard. The Thompsons and bazooka. Ooh, mortars are getting some really good shots. Just hit the youth have to get out of there. Sexton on the way though. Self-propelled towers available to all British commanders, giving them access to some kind of artillery.
Ready to move.
Artillery being called in here by the Mthis. British are trying to make a push. Here comes the artillery. But I missed mostly, I think. Oh, they're standing in a fair few places. Didn't do enough, I think. Maverick's defense is definitely taking a hammering for those 75mm pack howitzers. And our Sexton is joining in as well. But it's a much bigger shell. 8.7 centimeter. We also have another airdrop, so that means another pack howitzer, I think.
Ready to set up artillery and air support command from a new forward base.
Like mortar and pack houses, you just get a lot of artillery options here. Ooh, and that's the British artillery. Very nice. Constantly being a threat. That's 40 airborne for the Panzer Division though. British armored prepared to make any kind of push though. Like we have a lot of support weapons for the British paratroopers, but they lack actual infantry to push with. That said, they are denying Maverick's position pretty hard here. Making it painful for Maverick to just stay there. We have a little bit of an armored push here. Panzer 4J supported by the Hitler Youth. Huh. Apparently name changes. If they... I suppose if they become veteran, they actually get the Hitler Jugend thing? Huh. How fascinating. And the artillery shells just standing everywhere in Maverick's position. You see a fuel cache coming up here for Maverick. We have troops from the other SS forces trying to assault the center. There's a Valentine nearby though. Okay, then trying to call some artillery to support his ally.
Go with orders.
Everybody's gonna try and stop that officer. Hitler Youth is rushing up. Dangerous position. Ah, they got mowed down. Artillery did get called in. But look at all these support teams. Oh, and the artillery is killing some of them. The more veteran the officers get, the faster these abilities will be ready to work again. When he's pushing up here with a Sturmgewehr. And the 4 battle group is setting up. Another sexton coming up for the British. No actual main battle tanks, well, medium tanks rather. Main battle tanks don't exist yet. The sextons will provide a lot of constant barrage ability for the British. Definitely gonna be a problem for the Germans. Oh, good shot there. Panzer force into the southern flank here. Gonna try and make it a little bit of an opening. There's no AT options. Oh, good, they're going through the center. But there is a 6-pounder able to shoot. And Valentine also got a good shot. And the Saxons and Packhouses just don't get pause here. Oh, good shot from the Packhouser. Use the heat shot. The heat shield to hit the Panzer IV. Mobilizing it. Don't underestimate these Packhouses at all. And then the Valentine, no, the 6-pounder gets the kill. And the Polish infantry push up, armed with Thompsons and a bazooka. Artillery landing around the British position though. There's going to be widespread rush. Yep, not very accurate.
Ready to move out.
I get the feeling Maverick is trying to hold on until he can get a Sturmtiger, which seems to be the basic thing Sturm players get. But at this point, I think they just need to get something else out. I'm not sure. Like, if the British actually made a coordinated push with infantry, they could probably overrun his position and take out Struck. Oh, we haven't even got a full tech up yet. Oh my god, that's why it's been so slow for the British on that flank. They don't even have the tech up for tanks. 17-pounder has been established though. Lots of defenses have been prepared on all the flanks, really. I think they're ready to rebuff any big German push that might happen. Second, first SS squad on the field. And you have seen the Sturmtiger. It looks like he will be able to hold off. Last long enough to get the Sturmtiger. And the Sturmtiger can be a game changer in team games. But if the British act very fast, they could still destroy the structure if they are very quick on their trigger. The British are preparing to make a push here. Castle's opening fire. Oh, Panzerjägers are down. Oh, that's the Panzerjägers. So it's the Sturm Grenadiers that died. Oh, the British need to act fast, though. Or the Sturmtiger will come out and be a problem. Anyway, the first has claimed to kill an officer. Another 17-pounder set up. I get a feeling the British might realize what's about to happen. And the Sturm is almost here. But Maverick has lost practically everything else. Lock Lieutenant doing a bit of a push. Just pushing up with the Hitler Youth and everything. Oh, quick grenade in the Hitler Youth. Mthis has to pull back though. Now the British know where the truck is, they just need to destroy it. Oh, is he gonna call in a coordinated artillery strike? Oh yes he is! Oh my god, I love to see it. That's what you're meant to do when you get a lot of artillery areas. And look, they're all starting to fire.
Squad knocked out.
But I think it's too late. Let's look at all those shells.
Unit ready.
Oh, they're just all missing as well. That's what you're supposed to do. You have to coordinate your artillery with like a recon team.
Panzer ready for action.
But the Sturm is on the fields.
Prepare for action.
And with the Sturm I think the British are gonna have a hard time. Especially when this thing starts firing.
Combat unit ready.
Right, phosphorus shells landing. German Grenadiers trying to push forward, but they're being cut to pieces. Here's a shot. Yeah, hitting a very good spot right there. And now the British are gonna have to react.
Ready for trouble.
As if you're dealing with a Sturm you need to be on the offensive. You don't want the Germans to just slowly creep back forwards with the Sturm Grenadiers, meanwhile, are having a little bit of a shootout here with their weapons against the paratroopers. Also, the first SS coming down. There's a Panzer there that could be grabbed. Lots of shells landing. The first SS is pushing down to help as well. They can probably overrun this British position soon. And the Sturm is ready to fire again, and so it is. Yeah, pretty damn dangerous. Valentine is trying to push up here. Could be a Panzerfaust here from the first SS. Oh, but mortar hits them. Man Panther coming out. Officer's alive, so he can get out of there.
Now at hand. The troops await your command.
It looks like the gunner has been suppressed or killed. You know that could have. Oh, it's been auto braced. That's why. He's covering back there so he cannot get shot. Looks like he will be able to hold that position for now, though. I think. Hard to say. Right, phosphorus smoke landing. We still need to act fast though, because the longer that Sturm gets kills, they will just make a bounce back. It's very expensively loaded though. It's gonna shoot. Waiting for a good target. It's ridiculous calling by the Hauptsturmführer. Now they're pushing up with the Sturm right behind them for support. That's actually how it would be used. It would actually be used by moving alongside the infantry. Boom! And destroy fortified positions. That basically neutered Hunter Commander's army entirely. And we achieve veterancy free for the Sturm Now that is some dangerous stuff. It's been immobilized, but it can probably get repaired there easy. One trying to push up here. White Fosters on the first SS. Slowly burning them. They're trying to stop this Sturm Tiger again. That's why tons of artillery is landing around it. The Firefly is coming up slowly.
The troops await your command. Everyone scratch the framework. Loot, no leader, fuel down.
Average should probably stop complaining. Ooh. The Panther's doing pretty well for the first SS. That Firefly might be in trouble. Oh, got out of range of the Panther Faust. Doom Tiger's ready again. Yeah, once the command should get some kind of infantry. Oh, here comes the shot. Do anything. I also think people just use the Sturm Tiger wrong. It's not meant to you're not meant to use to destroy tanks. It's meant to destroy armored positions. That's its whole purpose. Like, it's meant to breach a defensive line, like it did here previously. It's not meant to be an anti-tank weapon. It would be way too costly to employ this as an anti-tank weapon. Ooh, and there goes a Cromwell. Nice shot from the Panzer's wreck. Very nice. You don't the Sturm Tiger there. They should be ready again shortly. There we go, jumping back in and closing the hatch. There we go, now it should be ready to fire again very soon. Oh! Manpath almost taken out by a 17-pounder. They have a wreck team present. Sturm is pushing up here. Sturm Tiger is ready again. Here it comes. It just needs a target. I assume once it spots the Firefly. There we go. There we go, that got it. Sexton's still opening fire. We have more Fireflies coming into the field for armored. We have the King's own Yorkshire infantry,
To give someone a bloody nose.
which is another unique infantry available to arm Royal Armored. Royal Armored gets a fair few unique infantry actually. When I think about it.
Ready for action.
Well, lots of firepower on this Hauptsturmführer. Was it from a tank actually? Man Panther is still available, just needs to get repaired. Seems to be happening. And now we have the second SS troops trying to push up here. Sturm Tiger should be ready again. Must that be reload? Oh, there's not enough resources at the moment. Okay. It is very costly to fire that thing.
Get out of his line of sight. Let's move.
Oh! High explosive killing that Hitler squad.
An elements report, an infantry unit lost.
We also have some stormtroopers available here for the first SS. More elite squad available to all SS commanders. In the second tier building, and looks like tier 1 building technically, this one. But looks like he's having a little bit of a dancing issue because of a medic. He's having a dancing plague! Oh no, it's made a return! What a crisis. There we go, now it's reloading the Sturm Tiger again. I guess munitions are very hard to come by at this point. Especially with all the losses that's been taken.
Valiant assault is now at hand.
Oh, Hitler, you flanked up here. Pretty good flank at that, but almost got killed by a grenade. Attack the King's Own Yorkshire infantry there. Pulse moving on and then Pulse moving up. And we also have the MT-34 here with the scope. Here's the Panther. Explosive on the Firefly kills the MG team, but might have opened it up to get killed by the Command Panther. Yeah, and the Panzer actually got it. Sturm pushing up again. And I do think the repair time on these trucks may be a little bit too slow. That might need to be buffed up or something. And you don't want to bunch up close when you're facing a Sturm. But I assume the Firefly is going to try and serve as bait. Good penetration.
Mobile command has been set. The static post is now in operation.
Where's it firing? Going straight for the trench. Ooh, pretty damn good shot, killing a fair few things. And Panther's in trouble. Firefly got a good penetration. The first SS is moving about here. MP40I is equipped on the Aussenführer's tank crew, I guess. And here is the King's Own Yorkshire. Once I get a look at him. Unfortunately, the British all have the same model, really. Unless they're Sabres. Really unfortunate limitation of Covenant Heroes 2 modding. Oh, good Panzerfaust. Almost killing the Firefly. Didn't be called in there.
RE Sappers reporting in.
Oh, killing that big escape position. You also have a Tiger tank coming up for the Germans. Looks like all the heavy guns are now slowly hitting the field. The Royal Paratroopers having a little bit of a hard time, not that they're using any paratrooper squads. Guess this is very, very difficult to deal with a Sturmseeker. If you like, in this kind of situation. Well, here comes the shot. Oh, I can just hear it coming. That's dangerous right there. What the British needs is some way to coordinate to try and stop that Sturmseeker. The issue is the Sturmseeker is just being kept back to just fire continuously. It's working out pretty well. Here's the Tiger tank. Every tank available to all German Panzer divisions, both SS and Wehrmacht. Pretty damn good tank. Although it has less frontal armor than the Panther, it has a better gun, and overall it's just a very legendary tank. A lot of people know it. I'm at that point where if I hear the word tiger, I don't mean the I don't envision the animal. I envision the tank.
105mm artillery barrages at your convenience.
Another Sexton coming up there. Also some stormtroopers here. And with an LMG 34 they found and 2 Sturmgewehr. Pretty good combination on them. But mortar is actually hitting them pretty well. Don't underestimate a mortar apparently. Artillery called in. Sturm Grenadiers are pushing up. The artillery immobilizes the Firefly. Making it an easy target for Panzer first. And I assume the Sturmseeker has his next target, being that 17-pounder. This is what I envision is going to happen. It's driving up. And it's going to be the 17-pounder and the Sexton. Oh yeah, destroying the 17-pounder position in one shot, but fortunately, the Sexton seems to have survived without any issues. Probably the 17-pounder shielded it. And the Mthis on the northern flank is slowly just making its way through thanks to the command panther and the tiger working together. Polish infantry have to run. And the longer the Germans last here, the more heavy tanks the Panzer Division can just slowly pull in. And I think in time, if Maverick can get more troops out, we might start seeing howitzers come up as well from Sturm. In my own opinion, I think the Sturmtiger, despite its name, is a little bit too good for Sturm. I'm not sure, but Sturm might need it. I'm not really a balance expert. I just feel like if Sturm also gets artillery and everything else, like, it might be a little bit bloated artillery-wise. Not that I do understand, however, Sturm is kind of meant to be the artillery-based one. So, I guess it kind of makes sense. I just feel it might just be a little bit too bloated. The Sturmtiger is a very powerful unit after all. Oh, good shot from the pack howitzer there. Killing 2 of the Sturm Grenadiers. Oof. Oh my god. 5 grenades killing 1 of the crews though. The Saxons are still firing randomly. They're trying to score that lucky hit. Immobilizing it, but it could just get repaired. Not a big issue. The Sturmtiger is after all just a brick. Perhaps one way to make it more fitting for its role is to reduce its combat range. You actually do have to drive towards the enemy and point straight at them. This is just my opinion, at least. It does have very high frontal armor, after all. Oh, good Panzerfaust right there. Tiger tank is just slowly pushing up, though. 17 pounder turning its way. No penetration. Artillery is landing as well. Looks like command panther did go down, but its officer is out. And 17 pounder gone.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
Another 17 pounder might be in trouble here. Racing this one, though. Looks like that did not help much, though. Actually, racing might just have saved it. Holy shit. Okay. Oh my god, so much firepower is coming in. Oh, Packhouse is getting some good shots here. But Germans are getting much closer to the British positions. This is a little bit of a longer match than I anticipated. Sturmtiger got another good shot there by the looks of it. Also 87 kills. VHL loaded. That's not looking good for Unter Commander. He's taking too many losses to the Sturmtiger. It's a very hard one to deal with, in all fairness. There should probably be some kind of a nerf to it, but I'm not sure what could be done. Oh, they immobilized the Tiger! That's a huge deal, but the Tiger does take care of the Firefly. However, the Tiger's stuck, but a second Tiger has arrived, so Tiger battle group? Very hard to deal with. Firefly pretty sure it's going to be easy target for another Sturmtiger shot. But we don't have the munitions to fire at the moment. I'm not sure what Unter Commander's plan is. Oh! Both Sturm Grenadiers are down though. That is huge. Both are trying to be set up here. Probably just gonna get shot. You never know. Oh, probably should not have moved that Hex section up. But this Tiger is almost gone. Second Tiger where the infantry support is coming out now. Tiger down. 6 pounder got it.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Great assault going out here from the Sturm Pioneers. Canceling the Bofus. And it looks like the Germans are just slowly making comebacks here. It's very cautious with this Tiger. Double rifle section coming up for the British. Firefly down though. Looks like the Sturm is going to support now against the other British, aiming for this forward HQ, but it's already been destroyed technically. Well, shots fired anyway. Packhouse is gone. Might as well just make it complete destruction, why not? Germans are securing more territory. Next has to be recruited, but it's unable to move. And there it goes. 6 pounder is in a good position, is in a decent position though. Oh, can I take out that? Oh no. That's gonna get close. Oh, quickfire got it. Quickfire does reload very fast. Or Storm Grenadiers, although they could technically just get Panzer Grenadiers at this point, I think. They cost the same. I suppose they're a little bit better. Tiger goes straight for the base. That is a very risky maneuver. Generally don't want to go for the enemy base alone. Just with the Firefly in the hunt. Get around the flank here. Tiger knows it's coming though, thanks to the first assist. I don't think the Firefly can win that engagement. Nope, no penetration. Oh yeah, ammo cooked. Sturm driving up towards the front line here, as it should be. Like, honestly, this should be the kind of range it has, in my opinion. Yeah, so... Oh, immobilized it! What the hell? Oh, 6 pounder did it! Never underestimate the 6 pounder. This tiny little gun can do a lot of work.
HQ is under attack. Typical enemy trick, isn't it?
Yes, it's a penetrate. Oh, it's loading discarding Sabo rounds.
Anti-tank gun ready to do some damage.
I think that increases penetration.
Our capture point.
But less damage, okay. Or more accuracy, okay. And more penetration. Okay, so overall it's just a better shield but less damage. That's what we called in on the base. But the Germans are slowly getting closer and closer to the British base. Lots of shells going in on that Tiger. Bombs going up behind. But that's a base machine gun, that might just stop them. But that Tiger's gonna be in trouble once the smoke clears. Still surviving, strangely. Oh, one more penetrating shot and it's gone. 80 grenade on the command half track. Tiger down. And Sturm is still doing fine. It's funny how that one vehicle can just change a match so quickly. Other Brits need to push back though. They have one small opening here and they have to act on it. Because the Germans have got a lot of territory and they can utilize it and get more units out. In the British base there, not doing too much damage. The Firefly, we're just seeing tons of Fireflies. I'm honestly not sure the Firefly is the one to go for. I don't know how expensive it is. 120? Not sure if the Cromwell is actually better than the Firefly, in honesty.
Sherman Firefly ready. I say, that one scratched the paintwork.
Got a Panzerjäger here.
Locked, loaded, and fueled up.
Yeah, if I could, I'd probably go for more for the Mark V Sherman, but I think that depends on what commander you pick. Yeah, like this one. If you go for Anvil, you get the Mark V Sherman over the Cromwell. Which I think, honestly, would be the better choice in this kind of situation. Personally. I may be very, very wrong, but what I think.
The new engineer section
Because the
is
Fireflies have helped a lot in dealing with the heavy armor, but there's not a lot of heavy armor at the moment. You need to deal with this German infantry that's just blocking for the Sturmtiger. Gonna be able to Sturmtiger the base soon. Mthis firing. In for the British base. So it is. Very cheeky move right there. Firefly pushing up. Good shot there on the Panzer 48. Panzer 48 has very low turret rotation speed, giving enough time for the Firefly to get the second shot. Panzerjäger's having trouble there. We'll take a shot going into the British base. Taking out the base defenses first. Not good at all. Looks like the Panzer Division is losing a lot of troops. Or losing a lot of vehicles, rather.
Our headquarters are under fire.
Just need to get an opening to get up on that Sturmtiger somehow. Which is not easy. Coldstream Guard trying to push up, but the first SS is blocking their path. Armed with an LMG-42 and scoped Sturmgewehrs. That's a very potent squad.
What's next?
Like we have recon overflight coming over here from the Royal Air Force. Trying to spot anything that can do to help the rest of the Royal Army on the ground. The Firefly has to be very cautious here. You actually see the Panzer 4J now coming out for Maverick, so that's going to help him push up a lot harder. Because then he'll actually have armor that will help support directly. No, that was not going to do good, especially if they get closer. Because that is a very dangerous squad to fight. They've been suppressed now, though. That's the opening that the Coldstream Guard were waiting for, but the SS is going to ditch out of it. Hitler Youth trying to flank down here. They need to get very close to the tank, though, as they don't have Panzerfausts. It's the Panzer 4J.
Ready. All ship shape and Bristol fashion.
I don't know what Unser Commander can do at this point. You're also seeing another Command Panther arriving for Lockheed Lieutenant Dan. All rifle hits going out for Maverick. Oh, good high explosive.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Panther's flanking though. And the Sturmtiger flying. Well, that shot seems kind of wasted. I did immobilize the Panther. The Firefly. And the Panther gets the kill.
My lord, a tank's been lost.
The British really need to do something, but I'm not sure what they can do. Very risky maneuver from the Command Panther, but it might pay off. It's going for the Sexton first, and keeps the gun turning. No penetration. think the British might be done for. Honestly, I do think the Sturm needs to be nerfed in some capacity, but I have no idea how. Ooh, that shot over his shot, definitely. I just feel like that the vehicle alone can carry way too much than it should. Like, one single vehicle should not be able to carry you that much. Oh, good shot from the Coldstream Guard's bazooka. Striking the Command Panther. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. And they got it! Very impressive.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
Also see more Coldstream Guard in the field, and the music is now overlapping, which tends to happen when the match lasts a very long time. I know it can really be a little bit annoying, but there's not much I can do about it. Is he gonna waste a shell on the infantry spot? Oh, he's just turning it, okay. Let's get him mobilized, that's probably the opening they need. But our Storm Pioneers nearby, aren't they? Oh, close enough. That's exactly the opening they were waiting for. You just need to reutilize it and avoid its direct line of sight. And this overlapping of music can be a little bit annoying. Doom Pioneers will get there though. Oh, they're still denying it. It's gonna fire. Wow, okay. And I think the Germans might be able to repair it. But now it has already wasted its shot. Oh, one good shot there. That's gonna keep the Sturmtiger from the front for a while. I don't think they can take care of the Panzer IV though. And the 6-pounder did not really work out well in that case. Not good at all. The first is going to flank here with the Panzer Grenadiers. They'll mow down that team in no time. Oh my god, they had to reload the MG42, I think. There we go. Like, look how fast they mowed down that squad. Till we call into the British positions. Coldstream Guard pushing up. I think both sides starting to get a little bit tired. They've been fighting for about an hour now. Pretty brutal fight. He's on Yorkshire infantry pushing up as well. Sturmtiger is almost ready again.
Prepare for action. Incoming fire! Ready!
What can the British do at this point? Probably not much. Another airdrop of weapons coming in for the British. And some Yorkshires arriving. Oh, excuse me, I'm feeling a little bit of a tumultuous position in my stomach at the moment. There's something I ate. Coldstream Guard trying to troll up here, but that will not do much. And Valentine. Nice little tank, but quite late to the battle, but it might still be worth summoning. Still has a decent gun. I think the Valentine has the same guns to Cromwell, so pretty fairly big for a light tank at this point. Sturmtiger's ready again. Sturmtiger can destroy anything in one shot if it hits directly. Of course, we have seen with tanks that doesn't always happen. Because it is a high explosive weapon. It's firing. Oh! Yeah, there we go. Boom. Very potent weapon. Or two grabbed here by the King Zone. Might be too much firepower coming their way. First SS is opening fire here and covering this side. Looks like the Axis players are coordinating their defense now. Oof. Rebuking any British counterattack. As they just slowly grind them down with the Sturmtiger. Oof. Lucky Stukas and Fus didn't get hit by the 75mm there. They hit straight for the base, isn't it? And the Mthis is pushing up aggressively. I really do think to get some Shermans. Shermans are cheaper. Like, it's a fairly cheap tank, they just need the fuel. Fuel is kind of the problem, the Brits saying they don't hold any fuel points. Our Germans can just push up on the British base here.
The enemy are trying to overrun our HQ.
I don't think Ultra Commander can do much at this point. The Mthis got this pretty much held down. Not an easy fight, not at all.
Here we go. Get ready to move.
And the Sturmtiger's gonna fight directly at the base. Boom. They didn't actually destroy the buildings. Second Panzer 4J coming out now. Ultra Commander has literally lost everything. They only have a Valentine in production.
Under attack.
That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Now they're just going to work on destroying the British base down here. So it's going to be up to lend you a hand to do anything. They don't think they can do alone. That's going to be a lot of work. Ah, we are seeing a glider come in though. It looks like we might have a somewhat base defense still from Unter Commander. That's going to be cool. Gonna land there. That's gonna allow Unter Commanders to still somewhat operate, as it can be good airborne forces from the fighter here. But the base is gonna fall here soon. I think the base needed to find some way to push up there. At this point, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Oh, that bazooka's not gonna get a shot off, is it? Oh, it did! Hitting the exhaust. And that's another Sturmtiger shot. Oof. A Sturmtiger is just so cruel to use sometimes.
Squad knocked out.
That's not good at all. The British can just use the glider now to hit the forces, so he can be an entirely airborne force now to supplement. than in your hand, but I don't think it'll be enough.
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished. The front line could be lit up shortly.
Honestly, that Sturm Tiger has done so much work for Maverick. That's kind of saved the match for them. Good work from Lieutenant Dan. They really just managed to hold back the British up here. Thank you for 2 equipped under the King's Zone. They found them on the ground.
The AT gun you ordered is ready.
But still, I don't see how the British can make a comeback anymore. Guessing 80 teams coming out. Obviously, they're just 3-man teams.
A new infantry section is ready for battle.
Okay, I suppose that's one way to destroy a base, is using the Sturm Tiger. This is such an awkward battle.
HQ is under attack.
But the thing is, there's a bug with the British HQ that the troops will just continue to shoot here, despite there being nothing. So that's a very awkward one. I'm not sure what causes it, but there's probably some issue. Grenade going out there from the cold stream. Pretty good grenade at that. There's a fuse opening fire. Thermos grenade going out. Almost destroying that command panther. Anti-tank teams coming out. Oh, and the Sturm Grenadiers are pulling back.
The enemy are trying to overrun our
And that's the
HQ.
command panther gone. Hitler Youth pushing up again to just buy some territory for the Mthis. Not buy, but get some. But the British are still holding on, despite everything. Using the... oh, they call in the sappers to try and repair the base. I guess it will provide a distraction continuously.
A glider is ready to deliver a forward headquarters section and some supporting troops.
I mean, he's gonna work on repairing it. Okay. Gonna take ages though, because base repairs just take far too long, I feel. And that's far, far too slow. In zone, they're not going to be able to do much there. Great going out though. Another Tiger coming out as well.
Tiger tank is ready for action.
We've seen 3 Tigers in this battlefield. Well, excluding the Man Tiger. Also, we have another glider coming? Where it's gonna land? Gonna be a very risky landing. Oh my god, it's landing down here. No, wait. Oh my god, that's not gonna work. Yeah, because there's still a pillbox right there. You generally don't want to land right next to the enemy base because of pillbox, but they will be able to take out that building, I think. Yeah, that's one thing gone, but I don't think that was the one they were aiming for.
Regimental HQ has been destroyed. A mobile command vehicle has been dispatched.
They do have paratroops behind the line now. But I don't think those paratroops will get much done. Unless you can actually set up a camp up there. Oh, they will get able to take out this command tank though, I think. Nope. Guy with the bazooka died, and then the rest of them died too. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think. This battle is lasting a fair bit longer. Of course, we can just speed up time a little bit to see what happens. Because at this point, it's kind of already set. I'm just waiting to see it happen. Come on, the Germans should just advance and attack. Literally, what's gonna stop them? Tiger pushes up, it gets hit by 6-pounders all over the place. Forces Tiger back. Like, honestly, Maverick should just push up. Like, what's going to stop them?
Ready for action.
The Brits are actually going to be almost able to repair their base.
Headquarters are under fire.
And he just fires another Storm Seeker shit. Chill, okay.
We got one of our squads.
Like, sure, why not?
The forward headquarters and supporting troops are ready to
I'm just keeping it under the max speed because this is lasting far too long. It's basically already decided. Like, if one of your allies' base goes down, it's basically over. I have to have Maverick coming around here now. Probably just to destroy the machine gun nests.
HQ is under attack.
Oh, he actually started building a building there? I didn't know you could do that. Well, let's just speed this up.
The squad's gone.
Honestly, the British should really just surrender at this point. It's been far too long. Storm Tiger fires again. That's far too long range for the Storm Tiger, in my opinion. Far too long range. It's just way too good of a weapon. Come on, British. You don't need to just be stubborn and last it out like this. It's over. Even a Panzer IV command tank. Now they surrender. Very long, I'd say, but hopefully you enjoyed and happy holidays. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye-bye.